want you to hit the floor like you
Like, stop hitting me up, bro.
Look, it's been a minute. Hold on. I want to welcome everybody. It's my favorite part of the show. Y'all know what time it is. Hold on, man. We got to do something special. I'm going to let y'all get a little church music in. See, shout out to everybody that stopped Mike at the funeral last weekend and showed us some love.
Yeah. Shout out to Gavin, the promo during the funeral.
Look. Come on. Yo.
But yeah, big ups to everybody that listens to us, man, in the Columbia and the Metro, man. We do appreciate y'all showing us love, man. Like, we trying, bro. We trying.
We are trying. I am going to start doing strip club reviews soon.
I think that is an excellent idea.
And I'm planning on doing it. Platinum Plus will be at the top of my list. But I'm only going to be talking about the Platinum Plus that burned down. Not the current. Platinum West ain't, I mean, I got some stuff to say, but whatever. All right. Let's do it. You know who.
Everybody that's single ain't single and horny waiting to get married.
I remember joining a particular ministry and being asked on my first day, "Are you married?" And I said, "No." Mm-hmm. And they said, "Oh, so am I less than because I'm not married?" And then I started noticing women who are married are held here. Women who are single are kind of held down here. And then if you're a man, you're held up here. You can't be promoted unless you're married. You are not in the same rooms unless you're a guy. You don't have access to mentorship because you're a woman and you're single at that. So you can't be mentored by a man because something gonna happen. What do you do? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do?
I've grown.
Tim Ross. He need a sex toy.
Tell you that man married.
I don't. What that supposed to mean? You think when you get married, we do get laid more than single dudes, but you still don't get laid as much as you want. And that's not for my house because I only need some twice a week. I think. Yeah,
I think that's
3 times every 10 days.
Yeah, I think that's kind of normal for married people.
I don't know. Now that's a question. now you.
Oh yeah, I mean, we should look it up. I mean, married men do get laid more than single men.
Facts.
That's for sure.
Tim Ross is a horn dog. And I understand what you're doing, Tim Ross. I'm going to do the same thing. I keep breaking down these people, what they do. Tim Ross, in every video, when his stats is down low,
let me mention
pause that.
Yeah, pause. Let me mention sex.
Yeah, he mentioned sex but it's always within like the first 5 seconds of his video, just to catch you to now make you watch the rest.
And you know what? And the crazy part about it is that the reason why you mentioned sex is because it makes people stop because they're horny.
Yeah,
right. So people like, people's not single, people not horny.
It's and it has nothing to do with the video.
Yeah, and look, and I'm gonna always say this: a lot of y'all pastors, are doing the right thing by making sure that you don't have these single women in your face all the time. Mm-hmm. Absolutely is the right thing to do. Like, he's wrong on this one. He's like, just because you're single doesn't mean you need to be in the ministry. The pastor of a organization do not need a bunch of single women in his face, quote unquote, helping him.
All right, hold on. We might have to debate.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's some traditions in the black church that do need to die. And I think that they don't require you to be married, but they make sure they don't promote you if you're not married. And I think that women and that goes for men and women.
Yeah.
And I know women have for decades been complaining like, yo, if I'm not married, they really not letting me do certain things. I do, however, believe that pastors, it sounds bad. I'm about to agree with you. I do believe that pastors need to be married. But it shouldn't be a requirement. Some people don't want to be married. But I do think it's a dangerous game. And being married don't stop the horny.
No,
and it don't stop you from cheating.
It doesn't stop you from cheating. It doesn't stop the horny. I mean, our brother in Atlanta is very much proof of this. Like, he's staying some ish, going on. So, but I mean, again, right? I mean, there is the ideal of like, hey man, like don't, what I'm saying? Like, don't wave the steak in front of the lion, right? Like, yes, the lion full, not gonna go for the steak. But you know what? If he ain't full, it's going to go for the steak. So, like I think he's playing this game of look at me Like look at me and look at how I'm able to control myself and handle myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always funny when I see this because, you know, unless you're just not into like the opposite sex.
Yeah, asexual.
Yeah, asexual or the other way, right? Like
I don't know the other word.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you're not into women and you're a man.
Okay,
you're not into you know, men. You're being a woman, right?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people that's asexual and not really into like heterosexual relationships, and they try to throw sexually healthy heterosexual people up under the bus. And I'm noticing this pattern with him, right? He wants to throw normal heterosexual people with regular healthy sexual appetites up under the bus. And when you do this, I know why, right? And I know you play. I know, and I know you play, and I know you playing a game because here's the thing: whatever it is that you're into, if it gets put in front of you, you're going to also crumble and fall.
Oh, he into some freak shit.
And so, and that's why I don't really talk, because it's like, yo, you put a brown skinned baddie with long hair in front of me, and I can throw her over my shoulder. Look, I really don't have too many defenses against that, whether I'm in a relationship or not, right?
Yeah.
I don't really have too many defenses. It's like, yo, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go home.
I'm gonna holler at y'all.
I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I gotta go home. I don't really have a defense where I could be like, yo, I'm able to hold off, you know, for this and see her 10 times in a row.
She 5'10", she 165 with a certain cup. I'm out of here.
That ain't, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo,
me up.
that ain't a weakness, right? It's not a weakness me recognizing that I need to get the hell out of here.
Pack my skinny ass right
Yeah,
on
let
up.
me take my ass home. Are you coming over? No. Do you want to see me? No, I don't. I do.
Send it in vanish mode, bitch.
But my whole point is like, look, I get what we like, yo, some traditions need to die, but like one of the traditions of men making sure that they don't crash out in church over a baddie that's landing up at the rim for them, that one doesn't. I'm sorry, man.
It's a couple of things. I do think a couple of things we need to end in the black church. Traditions. We got to get rid of the back row. Now, I do believe in shaming, but I think we need to get rid of the back row.
I don't believe in shaming.
No. Some people be playing out of key. You grew up in a small country church that when the drummer or the organist was out of key, the old woman stopped the music. She told him to get in key. And we started back up. Well, that made strong musicians.
Well, no. Yeah, I grew up in a small church. Don't get into it. Mother Richardson would turn around and look at you and be like,
"You in the wrong key."
Yeah, like I mean, I was talking to my brother the other day. You know, she just passed.
Yeah,
and he was saying that like one of the things that she did that helped him is she was like, "Baby, you got to find your key faster." Yeah, she was like, because she was like, if you're in the next key and you find it faster, you can move to whatever key they own, or they'll move to your key. But she was like, if you out of key, it just makes everything messed up.
Absolutely.
It makes the song worse longer.
And I was saying that you went to a small church, so I knew you saw that.
Yeah.
I saw it all the time in my granddad's church.
Yeah. Like
they would stop the music, stare at you, and say, "You're in the wrong key."
But that's holding you accountable. That's not shaming you. That's holding you accountable.
Get rid of that back row. Y'all need to start promoting more gays to the choir.
More. I mean, the choir director, the director of music. What more promotion do you want, Gavin? You want a gay choir?
Up they pay, man, because they doing it for y'all.
I mean, there's a whole church organization out there that's making gospel music. Like,
absolutely. Also, I think we need to put a cap on how much pastors can make. That's a tradition.
Oh, you ain't gonna get no acceptance on that.
What you mean? We got to start capping what they make.
Because I mean, a lot of these pastors own their churches.
That's the problem.
Well, I mean, that is the problem, but you got to fix that problem. The earnings on what they make, you ain't about to get that.
I'm capping all this stuff. And that's about it. I think, but you know, the whole married thing, I do feel bad because there's certain people, like for instance, one of our listeners, you know what I'm saying? I always wonder if he's going to grow within his organization because he's not married.
Well, but see, here's the thing though, like even in business, right? Like they'll tell you in business that if you don't have a wife, you're not going to get like to the C-suite.
Facts.
You know, so there is something to marriage, and I don't want us to just like throw it away, right? Like as the good book says, he who finds a wife finds favor in the eyes of the Lord, right?
That's what it says.
I think it's in Proverbs.
Okay.
So it's one of the things where I do want us as black men to, I guess, have a favorable view on marriage. Like I really want us to. In the church, I mean, the churches are dying already anyway. But
that's a whole nother pie.
Yeah, but when it comes to, I guess, single people in the church, I mean, to a certain level, yeah, I guess it should be, a height that you will attain or won't attain, because you're single. I mean, and look, this isn't a new thing. People do not know this, but Paul in the New Testament and James, who's the bishop of the New Testament church, they did not get along. Like they literally was about to split the organization in two. I mean, it could be argued that actually happened. And Paul was not married. And there's a lot of theologians and historians, like you won't really see this, conversation on the internet, but like there is a conversation, in that community, religious community, of what was Paul's orientation? Like, was he an asexual man? Right? What was the thorn that was in his side? Right? Like that. So that is a conversation of like, you'll get that like, oh, Paul was gay. I don't think Paul was gay, but there's an argument to be made that Paul did not pursue sex and did not value intimacy.
I wonder how they get off.
And that I don't know. You have to ask somebody asexual. That is not me. I'm very much super sexual. So yeah, I'm like the opposite of asexual. Like, thank goodness my testosterone dropped as I got older. I could actually
see clearly.
So definitely not me. But again, right, I don't, the Tim Ross thing, the reason why I threw it in here, he's right about one thing. All right. Single people should be okay in churches and fine, right? But then he's wrong about one thing. I definitely think that pastors need to keep single women out of their face. Or single men. Some of y'all done had that problem too. Absolutely. In the churches, right? So I definitely think that part needs to be reinforced, reiterated. But I think the ideal of marriage needs to be one that in our community, let's just take another look at marriage and let's just say, all right, how can we do this better?
Facts.
Because the marriage thing seems to work. Like people that are married and have been married for a while, their wealth is higher, the kids are better.
Yeah. It's a lot of benefits.
It's a lot of benefits, man. So like, I don't want us to throw away the whole marriage thing. Be like, oh, let's have a church full of single people. Like, no.
Oh, hell no.
If you got a church full of single people, why aren't y'all get married?
Facts.